Hi YouTube, Rando here. So today we're going to do another video in the money saving tips, and this one's going to be about making your own candles, stoves, burners, all that kind of stuff. You can always go buy like pre-made stoves, like this one. It's a good little stove. You can see we've used it quite a bit, and they last a really long time, but when they're done, they're done. This one I'm actually going to refill. And I was going to use this band right here to use on these sternos. Now they sell stoves for these sternos, but they're kind of expensive. They ain't cheap, so we made our own little stove for it. And you can see, kind of went off the same design that we used. It's off the Swiss stove, but it's the same design we used for the fancy heats that we buy. And they don't work so well with the fancy heats. The flame kind of hits the bottom of the pot and spreads out under the tabs instead of spreading out under the pot. However, these sternos, they have flame, you know, everywhere. It's not just a centered flame. So we've used it a couple times. Works great. You can actually store the can of sterno down in the stove. Put it in like a stocking or something. We need to go around it with a file and file down these burrs so they don't cut me. There are some burrs on there. Originally we had it a little bit higher and I wanted to cut it lower, so we ended up cutting the bottom off. We ended up trimming a little bit more so we get that flame just that much higher. So I could have went and bought a sterno, a stove that uses sternos for $10 to $20, but instead I just took a tin can, cut it up. Shouldn't take up too much room in a pack. You could actually put you another sterno down in there. It'll stick out a little bit, but you could. Just another way to save some money. You can make your own stoves. Another way we save money is we make our own like sterno stoves. I'll show you this right here. Cut the bottom off of a Coke can, fill it up with your old matches. We had some cheap matches from B&B Tobacco that they send us every time we order tobacco. So we went ahead and stuck some of those down in there as well, but most of this is just filled with used matches. These are the stormproof matches we make with the toilet paper. They work great. It'll just wick that wax right up in it and keep burning, so burn for a really long time too. This one right here we've probably gotten a good 45 minutes of burn time out of it, and you can still see fresh wood down in there. If you look down in that hole, there's more fresh wood down in there. So these things burn for a really long time. You can see I just cut the can off the bottom of the soda can, and then go to work with it. These work as great stoves. You can't use them indoors. They put off a lot of soot. They smell real bad when you blow them out, so you want to make sure you're outside. I have an exhaust fan in my little work area, and it'll still smoke it out in here pretty bad, so I learned the hard way, don't use these inside. I don't use these inside anymore either. Sometimes I do. I ain't gonna bullshit anybody, but I try not to. The sternos, again, they let off a little bit of black soot, but not nearly as much as these do. Another thing we do to save a little bit of money is we make our own candles. And we don't actually buy wax. My wife has candle warmers all around the house, and she buys these little cubes of wax, and they melt, and all the scent burns out of them. I mean, essentially what you're left with is a pile of wax, and she pours it into a coffee can, and you can smell inside the coffee can, and there may be a little bit of a scent, but not much at all. So I take the wax and reuse it, make candles out of it. We take birthday candles. Let's see if I have one handy. And we just break the wax off of them, melt the wax along with the wax we're already melting, and then take the wicks, and I braided 3 of them together, stuck them into a piece of tin that was flat, piece of soda can, stuck the soda can back down in the bottom and kind of melted a little bit of wax and stuck it to the bottom of the can down here. And then I just take some scissors to hold the wick in place. I just put the scissors on it on the back side, kind of like like, you know, where the blade's not going to cut the wick. It's the back of the scissors that's actually around it. So if this is the scissors and this is where they pivot at, this part would be around the wick. It keeps the wick held up in there, and you just pour some wax down in there. Another one we do is we'll just take a soda can like that, just cut just the top of it off, and you can make them larger, you can make them taller, and then just melt the bottom of your candle to where it'll stick down in there. And then you could take these 3-4 hour candles, pour wax down around them, and when they start burning and get down into that can, they're going to burn forever. You take a 3 or 4 hour candle and get 12-15 hours out of it. And these are really good candles. They last a long time just by themselves burning. But if you actually have them surrounded by wax to where the wax isn't just rolling down, it's actually being held into place by something, they burn for a really long time. So just another idea. We're going to do it with this one right here. Or no, I made this so I can melt wax in and dip my matches down in there. I needed something a little bit deeper. But you can see if you use the whole Coke can and just cut it like right here, just the tip of this would be sticking out. So it would be perfect for like a big candle, you know. It's going to last you many, many more hours than what these are rated for. And I want to say these are 3 or 4 hour emergency candles right here. And you could probably get close to 10 hours at least if you surround it by wax and keep it from burning. So just a few little tips and tricks that we use to kind of save money. Candles can get expensive sometimes, especially good candles. And you can always make your own good candles. You can buy wicks. That's one of the wicks off the birthday candles. Now it's thin and it'll burn up really quick. That's why you just put 2 together. This material right here is a little bit better wick. This is actual candle wicks that you they make candles out of. I mean, that's a candle wick too, of course, but it's not going to put off near as big a flame as these are. And these work great. I forget where we got those from. I want to say we bought a roll of it off Amazon or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to look back and see. Stuff like this really don't work. We tried it. Nylon. You want 100% cotton. Whatever you use. So if you have 100% cotton twine, it might work as well. I don't know. Just a quick way to save some money. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching YouTube.